Hi everyone, let's talk about Sushi Roll. I managed it about 10 times, I can't stop saying Sushi Go, which is the dice version of Sushi Go. I just finished a 2-player playthrough of this that you can see. It's linked in the description if you haven't seen it already. This is the game laid out, but if you would like to see it in action, it's in that video. This is just what I think of it, if you would like to know what I think of it. And let's just get started with that, shall we? It's just a beautiful, lightweight dice drafting game. A fantastic introduction into the mechanic, into set collection, as Sushi Go itself was. I don't think I ever did a video for proper Sushi Go. It was like this with cards. But yeah, the actual drafting mechanic of it is kind of made more interactive by the swap tokens that also give you more access to dice as well. It's not just that you're limited to what you're rolling. You have reroll tokens as well that can help you out a bit, but you're always at risk there if there are a lot of dice out there and you can see someone's got the perfect one for you. As long as you're earlier in turn order, you can maybe get what you want, but you've always got to give them something back as well and hope that that doesn't backfire too much on you. So yeah, going earlier on in turn order, you kind of have, as long as you've kept up with your tokens, the world is your oyster, or your MacLeod. I couldn't remember the name of something to do that snappier then. But yeah, you've got all different types of collection as well, whether it's just straight up points, whether it's trying to compete for majorities each round with the MacLeods, or at the end of the game with the puddings, and that's made a little bit, the 2-player version of it. It's always head to head, so if you're gaining something and the other player's losing something, you're essentially gaining double. So it's a little less harsh, the pudding thing. Whereas in a multiplayer game, you don't necessarily need to try and have the most. You just don't want to. You need to keep an eye on what everyone's got still, so you don't end up with the least of it. And also there are dice that can let you keep up with your tokens, but also triple some of your other dice as well. But then there's a risk because everyone knows you've taken that. You've got to take that first. So then everyone knows you've got that, and if you get a load of the nigiri dice, then it's going to triple the score for you, especially if you manage to roll a squid one. So yeah, they might not let that happen to you. So yeah, it's a lovely, fast-playing, easy-to-learn, beautifully produced game, and I think it does what it does absolutely fantastically. I will say that the only minor thing is that, as with a lot of these games, it works perfectly well with too, don't get me wrong, but I think it would like more out there. Even though with more players you get fewer dice each, there are still more dice out there and still more to swap around with, more going on with your position in the turn order, more to compete with for, say, the Mackie rolls. So if there's no point going all in the Mackie rolls, because if I see that you've gathered 6 already, okay, then I'll just need to get 1, and then I'll get second place, and there's just a kind of battle to see who ends up with the dice at the end of the round if you're not bothered about competing in there. Whereas in multiplayer, it's first and second place, so it can still be more of a competition, because you can end up with nothing if you just go the lazy way about it. It depends how many dice come out, and that's another factor as well. That's maybe at the high, I haven't played it at the highest player count, of course, but maybe all the dice out the bag there, that can make a big difference to how the round goes as well. Are there loads of appetizers out there to build sets out of? Are there loads of the green dice to get loads of your tokens back? Or should you have been more frugal with them in the first round, because you're not going to get that many chances to get them back? And it always feels like, it's not a waste, of course, because you can make use of those tokens, but it always feels like, oh, this is a die that I'm taking that isn't going to earn me any points, but it essentially can earn you loads of points if you re-roll, say, the appetizer you need to complete your set, especially if you have been wilding on for the sashimi that's really unlikely to come out, but can score massively if you manage to do it. Yeah, loads of ways to score, plenty of variability in the rounds, in not just how the players treat all of the dice, but which kinds of dice come out of the bag there. I think better the more players you have, though. That Sushi Roll nearly did it again. Sushi Go, maybe we'll see that in the future at some point. That's Sushi Roll there. If you would like to see more videos by me, go watch them. There's like nearly 500 playthroughs at this point. Been going ages. Hopefully you'll like another one of those. Thank you for watching though, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye everyone.